What up guys, this is Monkey Figure Reviews, and today we are going to discuss an upcoming Ichiban Kuji series. Its name is called One Piece Anniversary and its release date is September 2021 this year. Now I believe this video will contain spoilers for those of you who only watch the anime, so if you do not want to get spoiled, then it's best for you to close the video and come back sometime in the future. Alright, with that disclaimer out of the way, let's get started. So, for this Ichiban Kuji, what they're trying to do is to replicate the Mugiwaras, the whole Straw Hat crew, based on this panel from chapter 989. This is an epic chapter, just seeing all the Straw Hat crew back together for the first time in a long while was really amazing. And this time round, we have Jinbei, the 10th member of the crew. So this scene is kind of iconic to me. It's one of my favorite panels in recent times. It is just so amazing to see everyone back together. Unfortunately, of course, we wouldn't be able to get some of the characters here in proper scale when we look at their figures. For example, General Franky, he'll be too big and they're not going to do a very big figure of him to scale with the others. Same for Jinbei and Brook. So it's kind of unfortunate, but you know, at least we are getting the whole crew. This is Prize A, the first figure, and that is of course our captain, Monkey D. Luffy. His height is 10 cm. And as always, usually when they have a Kuji with many figures or even the Straw Hat crew, the style that they go for, it's more anime-ish, it's more cartoonish, so we don't expect high level of details. But at least while looking at this photo, what I can tell is that the character likeness is actually captured quite well. Hair details looks to be neat, the muscles, some creases on the outfit, on his legs, the muscle, the calves, looks to be quite okay. So it's kind of bending downwards, looking pissed, looking ready to fight right out from the panel. New coat. It is looking more like a pirate captain now, with that on him. The straw hat's not the most detailed one that we have seen so far, but I guess it is okay. The other side view. So not really a lot to talk about. I think you can just see it by yourself. So I'll just move on to the next person, and that is Roronoa Zoro, Prize B. His height is 16 cm because he's standing upwards, standing straight as compared to Luffy. So you guys have kind of him holding out the sword. I think that is the Sandai Kitetsu. And he has Emma and Wado Ichimonji sheathed. This is really cool because we have him with his updated sword. So this figure, I guess, becomes more relevant. His face looks to be pretty alright as well. I think it's not so clear in this photo. I think it's better here. This photo is definitely better in quality. So once again, right out from the manga. I think his new outfit, I have difficulty trying to determine the color, but I think this is along kind of like a dark greyish black, depending on how you look at it. Sometimes I see a little bit of brown too. I'm not sure if it's me. So it's kind of a hard color to pinpoint. Side view, the swords, I guess, even like Emma looks kind of amazing. I think the colors looks to be good. The glossy paints and the shiny paints on certain parts, the golden parts of the sword. Okay, just him folding up his sleeves, the back. Like I said, the details, they are not too crazy, so most likely we just get some realistic creases, but no shading as far as I can tell, based on these two figures. Okay, I'm really liking the purple on his new sword, the sword sheath. At first I was not too used to it, but after seeing it a while, I really like the contrast when they are together. I think the colors looks kind of cool next to each other. Zoro's hair, the details, and this is the side view. Pretty decent. Third figure for this series, of course, we have Sanji. His height is 16 cm, and we have him in his new outfit, decked out in a maroon suit with those black gloves, cigarette in mouth, just like how we know him. He looks really suave, and once again, amazing, very cool. And the buttons here are actually gold in color, which adds, you know, a certain bit of class and dapper to his outfit. So this is the same one. I think we can appreciate the way they've done up the the creases and foldings on his suit. This looks better than I think the one we have seen from Zoro and Luffy. This looks more natural and more detailed. Side view. Perhaps we can see a little bit more details on his hair. Looks to be okay. Not the most fine kind of dividing along the hair, but it will do. Back view. And yeah, this part here actually looks really good. The way there's a fold here, it's so realistic, even along just right below the shoulder, around the arms, the hair. And of course, he actually has those shiny boots as well. I think that is actually around the same color, or it's brownish compared to the blackish of the gloves. So it looks really glossy from this photo. Price D, we have none other than Nami. Her height is 15.5 cm, and I think that is to the top of her head, not to the top of her weapon. Also, I really like this outfit of her. It is actually very similar to her previous blue ninja outfit, just that she has this armor on top of it. Of course, the color is changed to sort of match her hair, but the armor is a nice addition. It adds more color contrast and design differences to her previous outfit. Face looks to be actually quite well done from this photo, and we have her climber tag extended, lock pose on her left wrist as usual with this wristband. This photo, you can see her from top to bottom all the way up to the climber tag. Side view, little flower hairpin. The way the hair rests on her, it's also natural looking. Looks great. She of course looks very sexy once again with this high slit up her thigh. This is the back view. You can see the other details on her locks, her hair, the way it swerves. Yeah, I really like this design. I hope they made a bigger figure of her in this outfit. And this is another angle of her, so you can see the side view of her face. And that is pretty much it. This is Price E. We have my favorite girl, Nico Robin. Her height is 16 cm. And I gotta say, when I first saw the figure, I didn't like her face. I think they didn't capture her likeness well. Definitely room for improvement. The eyes are off in my opinion. I think it's too low and it's too wide. I guess it's just, it doesn't look like her at all. So I don't think it's good here. The face is not done well. Outfit wise, it's very similar to the ninja outfit of Nami, and very similar I think to the G&G Wano Robin as well. I think even the flowers are similar, just that the colors are different. Of course, she has this beautiful black coat over her. It looks to be painted in glossy black paint. Similar photo of her to the previous one, so I'll skip this angle. A slightly angled side view of her. You can see the slit once again just goes all the way up her thigh, making her look very sexy. And I think the rest, not much that we can tell. This is the coat. So you have this like sort of, I don't know, flower prints. Reminds me of Lost Code actually. Just that Lost Code is, I think there's lines on it. Quite similar. And black color always matches Robin well. And of course her hair tied up with a ribbon. The other side, hand on her hip. And of course she has some hair let down at the front, a few strands. And you can see her chest is actually quite big. Okay, so that's all we have for Robin. Price F, we have the legend himself, Usopp, and his height is 11 cm. I gotta say, I believe this figure is the best one out of the whole lot because of the details on him. If you look at his outfit, if you look at the details on his hair, and even if you look at the face, I think this is honestly well done. It's captured his likeness well. Pretty much what we expect of how Usopp looks. But if you look at his outfit, just compare this to the previous prizes, A, B, C, D, E. Man, it is actually quite amazing in the details. The ropes here, trying to replicate those thread lines. The armor, I'm not sure what you call this, the red part, but it's part of the armor. And they also try to capture some of the very fine and minute details. So that's honestly impressive to me. Same for the rope here. And even if you look at his accessory bag, what they're trying to do here is to recreate visually how leather looks like. So even visually looking at it, it looks believable. And also the bandages or the wraps around his kabuto. If you look further down, his footwear, I'm not sure what you call this, but it looks like armored sandals. So even here, the details looks to be honestly top notch. Like even for the strings or the ropes around wrapping his sandals and the wood at the bottom. So all in all, it looks fantastic to me just by looking at him. And of course, his hair details, the way they've done it, looks impressive. More angles of him. This is actually how it looks like from the panel. So we can see more of his muscles. Looking really ripped. Usopp looking buff. Back view, more details you can see, like the hair. Looks perfect, honestly. The armor, the accessory bag. Unfortunately, there's a seam line here where they join his right arm. So I guess it can't be avoided. This is the other angle. I'm so impressed that I actually am considering whether or not I want to get him. But I'll probably wait and see. Now, we have Price G, Chopper. His height is 13.5 cm. And of course, we have him in his Kung Fu point, wearing samurai armor, which adds novelty to the figure because it's not always we have him in this form, as well as having him decked out in a different kind of outfit. And you know, just proving my point, just by looking at the details of this armor and comparing this to this, it's honestly a world of difference. So I have no idea who sculpted this Usopp because he looks absolutely top quality. But for Chopper now, we are going back to you know, having less details, more simpler look. Looking at Chopper, his face looks fine. I think it is captured well. The teeth, the mouth area is also okay. It is a potential area for them to mess up, but this is good. His armor, his horns are actually painted with a glossy brown paint. His body armor here. Okay, the sword. So we can take a look at more angles. This is a side angle, slightly towards his right. You can see his shoulder armor towards the back. You know, more details on the outfit. Some of the fur they've carved into his body over here. Another side view. And it looks like, at least, you know, I don't think you can call it shading, but there's some sort of color differences from the top half of the armor compared to the lower half. So at least it doesn't look as dull. Some color contrast and differences will make the figure look more interesting. And this is the back view of his armor. I guess you can just see all the details for yourself. Nothing really amazing that I would mention. Okay. But I guess, you know, having him in this outfit is actually a pretty cool figure to get. Because we never know if Ben Presto or POP Mega House, they will do this or not. Figure out Zero. So it might be an interesting figure. Some of you might be looking to get this. Price H, General Franky. His height is 19.5 cm. So like I said, he's not scaled to how it is supposed to be based on the source material. If you're being accurate, maybe he needs to be 40 plus cm. I'm still hoping that one day we get a huge size General Franky figure, but I guess that will remain a pipe dream for now. Back to the figure, looking at him, he looks really neat. Golden color, most parts of it are kind of reflective, and you know, the joints here, the silver part looks chromish, has a chrome look to it, as well as the the top part of his head, this part here, and some parts of his legs, tiny legs, and even some of the black metal parts looks to be glossy too. That will really give him his appropriate shiny metallic appearance. Okay, side view here, so you can see how it looks like. You can also see the track of his tank form at his back. The sword is hidden behind in this area between the track and his main body. The star, and this is a proper back view. So this part here of his arm is actually, you can tell the way they painted it, it's silver in color. So that looks neat. Back to the front, I don't think there's anything else I really want to sound off on. Maybe except, you know, he will probably need to be supported in one way or another. I don't think those two tiny legs are sufficient. We are also getting Brook and Jinbei, but no photos of them yet, and based on what I understand, they are only for overseas release, so I'm not too sure what is going on there. So I believe, like, you know, all the prizes all the way up to Franky, they will be released in Ichiban Kuji sets, both in Japan and overseas, but for Brook and Jinbei, they will only be sold separately overseas. So that is what I understand. Last prize, this is Yamato, a lot of people's new favorite character. Her height is 17.5 cm, which is not properly scaled as well, because I think she is actually quite tall and quite huge. No photos of her yet, but I believe this pose is similar to one of the magazine covers or one of the volume covers where she stands next to Luffy. So probably I have to do the part 2 to show Brook, Jinbei and Yamato. We have to wait and see. And I know, I kind of feel that it's weird that they added her here. Seems like a foreshadowing that she will join the crew. Possibly, maybe. Let's stay tuned to the story and we will know. Alright guys, that's pretty much all I have to say for this video. As usual, let me know what you guys think in the comments section below, which figure you are getting or if you're not getting them at all. If you like the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share them with your friends, and also if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification button if you want more videos like this. Thank you guys, I will see you very soon. Goodbye.